They always complain about the AC, so it's something that happens in Charlotte.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Prue, we're going to take your case first.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. Again, for the record, Kevin Prue on behalf of Cheyenne Zamir.
Thank you. Everybody's so nice.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Zamir is present, standing to my immediate right.
All right, good morning, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
My name is Cheyenne Zamir. I was born February 10, 2001.
All right, Mr. Zamir, you are here on 2 counts. The first one is fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with their sirens and lights activated. The second one is operating a motorcycle without a motorcycle license or endorsement. So, I have reviewed the affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause. Mr. Prue, you want to be heard on the terms of release?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Zamir presents as a just-turned 20-year-old young man with no prior criminal record. I have also reviewed the affidavit. I have spoken with my client, and I've also spoken with the state, who has no objection to my request of the court to release Mr. Zamir on his own recognizance. I have been in contact with his parents last night, and I believe that it is appropriate that he is ROR'd at this time, and I'll be entering a notice of appearance, and I believe that this case will resolve in felony court, something along the lines of some kind of diversion, but I'll take that up with the state attorney who gets assigned the case. But again, I am asking with no objection from the state for an ROR for my client this morning.
Not PTR, ROR.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does he reside with his parents?
You live with your mom and dad? Yes, he does. They live here in Orange County. Like I said, I have spoken with them at length last night, so they would be coming here to pick him up and take him home, and I would go forward from there, Judge.
Okay, I'll release him ROR.
Judge, I appreciate that, and that's all the business I have before the court this morning. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take care.
I'll call your mom and dad and I'll get you, okay?
I'll just put these this way. All right, so let's call up Osceola.
Meet you.
Nice to meet you. Enjoy your day.
Good morning. So this is just a submission to what the judge interpret.
Did I press the right thing? There we go. There we go. All right, can you guys hear me?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, Mr. Rosario.
How you doing today, Your Honor?
All right, let's go ahead and put appearances on the record again. Let's start with the state.
Katie Ann Wilson for the state.
Who's there for PTR?
Jonathan Marino, PTR.
All right,
We're retired for the party for this office, Your Honor. Good morning.
good morning. All right, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start with Booker Austin.
Yes, sir. Approaching.
Good morning, sir. What is your name and date of birth?
Booker T. Austin, date of birth September 10, 1965.
Okay, Mr. Austin, I'm going to appoint that gentleman who's standing next to you in his office to be your attorney on this matter. Okay?
Yes.
You are here on 3 counts of, one is cocaine possession, second one is possessing or using drug equipment, the third one is obstructing an officer without violence. I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and I do find that there is probable cause for those charges. All right, I'm gonna set your bond on count 1 at 1,000, count 2 at 500, count 3 at 500. And then I'm going to revoke your bond on case 2019 CF 3609. Or, no bond, he's out on ROR, I'm gonna revoke that.
They circle ROR, but at the bottom, they underline ROR, and they circle ROR. Have to make sure the paperwork.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, he also has a city ordinance violation on a separate arrest affidavit.
I think we did. I think it's at the end of yesterday's recess. Look at yesterday's.
I don't have the paper.
Yeah, I think it's at the end of recess. I think. I'll look here. You will. Oh, no, I got it. I got it. Just kidding, everyone. Okay, and Mr. Austin, you are also here on 1 count of violation of municipal ordinance for an open container of liquor in a public place.
Okay.
I have reviewed that affidavit. I do find there's probable cause for that. I'll set your bond at $250 on that.
Your Honor, is it possible for the state to provide an offer on that case?
Hey,
He doesn't have an offer.
could you hear her?
He doesn't have an offer?
No.
Yeah, she said they don't have an offer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What name?
Okay, I have Allison Barber. And I'm sorry, Mr. Rosario, I forgot to ask you, do you anticipate any PC challenges today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Good morning, ma'am. What's your name and your date of birth?
Allison Barber, 42587.
Okay, Ms. Barber, you're here on an out-of-county warrant out of Lake County.
Yes, sir.
So a judge has already found probable cause on that. They set your bond at $2,000. That's what I'll keep it as. Okay, thank you, ma'am. And I would appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to assist you on this limited scope. All right, third one I have is Claus Bayer or Bayer.
Yes, sir.
All right. Morning, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Klaus Bayer, March 28, 67.
Okay. Mr. Bayer, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're here for 1 count of battery. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for the charge. I'm going to set your bond at $250 with PTR, so bond with PTR. And as a condition order, no contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene, and to maintain a separate residence.
She moved already out, Your Honor.
Okay, so if she moved out, then you can maintain the residence. But discuss that with your attorney first, okay? You have the right to remain silent, and you may want to, anything you're going to say, run by him first, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Alexis Beverly,
Your Honor, she's not here due to the COVID.
okay. I'm going to appoint you, Mr. Rosario, to represent her.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to waive her appearance?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll find that the appearance was waived. She's here on one count of battery. Reviewed the affidavit, find there is probable cause for that. I'll set her bond at $250 with PTR, bonds with PTR, in order no contact, and to maintain a separate residence. No contact with the victim, to maintain a separate residence.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right? All right. Mustafa Darushe,
Your Honor, he does not speak English. He understands a little bit of English. He speaks Arabic, yeah. But I'm informed that he understands like the bare minimum of English, just in case.
okay, so are you requesting a translator?
He understands name and date of birth, and he seems to understand little detail. I'm just going to explain to him afterward, just in case, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, what's your name and your date of birth?
Al Mustafa Darouche, September 9, 73.
Okay, so Mr. Darush, I'm going to appoint that man standing next to you to be your lawyer on this case. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you're here on one count of trespassing to an occupied structure or conveyance. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to set your bond at $500.
Goodbye.
And then I'm going to take no action on the existing case. Enrique Davis,
Approaching, Your Honor.
all right. Good morning, sir. What is your name and date of birth?
Enrique Davis, 8/14/93.
August 14th is also my birthday. Sir, I'm going to appoint that gentleman sitting next to you to be your attorney on this matter.
Yes, sir.
You are here on one count of battery. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $250 with PTR.
Yes, sir.
You have no contact with the victim, and although it says that you already reside in separate residences, I'm going to order you to reside in a separate residence.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. William Dotson,
Approaching.
all right. Morning, sir. What's your name and date of birth?
William Dotson, March 12th, 91.
All right, Mr. Dotson, I am going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you on this matter.
Yes, sir.
You are charged with one count of battery, touching or striking. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for that charge.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a witness here, Mr. Rosario. You can't see her, but good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Who are you?
I'm his wife, Chelsea.
Are you the alleged victim in this case? Okay, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you put your hand. Today, I just want you to tell us about the conditions of release. Today is not about proving guilt or innocence, merely the conditions of release. So what would you like to do?
I think everything was just a misunderstanding. Yeah, it just was all a misunderstanding.
State, do you have any questions?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rosario?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know the name of the witness, Your Honor, but I'm just going to refer as a witness. If Mr.
Her name is Miss Smith.
Ms. Smith, if Mr. Dodson is back on the same property with you and something like this happened, will you contact 911 if your life is in danger or you feel you're in danger?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further question.
Okay. Ms. Smith, do you all reside at the same place?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Do you share a child?
No, we don't. I just have 2 children of my own.
Okay. Are you in fear?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, I'm going to set his bond at $250 with PTR. I'm going to order have no alcohol, drugs, or other controlled substance.
I can't hear you over here.
Can you mute for a second, Mr. Rosario?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I said I'm going to order PTR with bond of $250. I'm going to order no alcohol, drugs, or other controlled substance without a prescription.
Okay.
And I'm going to listen to you, ma'am, and I'm going to do no hostile contact, which means you can have contact, but it can't be aggressive or threatening in any way. So if he would look at me instead of looking at the ceiling for a second. Okay, sir, so order no hostile contact. That means no yelling, screaming, threatening, okay? Doing so would violate the terms of your release.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if the mic over here is muted, does it affect anything over there? Like any static on that side?
So when you mute it, we have no static.
Okay.
But obviously we want to hear from you.
Okay, so just to keep it muted until we got something to say, so we can.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if the volume is too high or what it is.
Okay, yeah. We'll work on it. Thank you.
And I hear an echo when I talk. Maybe that's. The next one I have is Paquito Fontanez Perez. And I have.
Your Honor, he requires a Spanish interpreter.
Okay.
They can tell you all of them, we can do them.
Your Honor, this is Theodoro Leal, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has not been sworn yet.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Theodoro Leal for the record.
Okay. All right. So the first case we have is Paquito Fontanez Perez, and we have 2 cases. So, good morning, sir. What is your name and your date of birth?
Señor, buenos días. ¿Cuál es su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Mi nombre es Paquito Fontane, 18 de abril de 1965.
My name is Paquito Montanez, April 10 of 1996. Sorry, 95, 96.
65.
1965.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Fontanez, you are here on 2 different cases. One is for possession of cocaine. The second one is for driving while your license is suspended or revoked. I'm going to appoint Mr. Sorry, you can translate that.
Sorry, Your Honor.
No.
Señor Montanez, usted está aquí por 2 casos diferentes. Un caso es por tenencia de cocaína y el otro caso es por conducir con una licencia suspendida o revocada. Yo voy a designar un letrado. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you on these matters.
Y será el licenciado Rosario quien lo va a representar a usted en esta causa.
I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause.
Yo revisé ya el documento de arresto y determino que hay indicios de culpabilidad.
Is he qualifying for PTR on both cases?
Yes,
Sí
Your Honor.
califica.
Okay.
Sí, sí califica para libertad
Okay, so
provisional.
I'm going to release you PTR
Así que le
as
voy a dar libertad provisional.
as a condition. I'm going to order you to not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Y como condición le ordeno que no conduzca vehículos si no tiene licencia válida de conducir,
To not use or consume drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription.
y también le voy a prohibir lo que es el consumo de alcohol, el consumo de drogas o sustancias ilícitas, a menos que tenga una receta médica.
Yes, sir.
And that's it for now.
Eso es todo por ahora.
Gracias.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's just do all the Spanish ones if we can while we have Theo on the line.
Yes, Your Honor. The next one is Carlo Rodriguez Hernandez. It's a city ordinance.
Okay,
Approaching, Your Honor.
thank you.
Once again, Your Honor, I'm requesting the state if you have any offer for Mr. Rodriguez.
All right, so, good morning, sir. What is your name and date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Cuál es su
Buenos
nombre y
días.
su fecha de nacimiento?
Carlos Rodríguez Hernández. Es 0306 del 77, 1977.
Carlos Rodríguez Hernández, that is March 6 of 1977.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, or Rodriguez Hernandez, you're here on a violation of municipal ordinance to have an alcohol or liquor container open in a public place.
Señor, usted está aquí por una violación a una ordenanza municipal, tener un recipiente con una bebida al descubierto o destapado en un lugar público.
State?
Cal?
Ajá, sí, sí, señor.
You asked a question.
Hold on, did I appoint Mr. Rosario yet on this one?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay, I am going to appoint that gentleman who's sitting next to you to be your attorney on this matter.
Voy a designar al caballero que está parado al lado suyo, que va a ser el letrado asignado a esta causa.
Okay? State?
Fiscal.
Did the defense attorney ask for an offer? That's what he asked?
Yeah, he asked if there's an offer from the state.
Pidió si hay una oferta de parte de la fiscalía.
There's not an offer, Your Honor.
No hay oferta, su señoría.
All right, Mr. Rosario?
Rosario.
I defer to the court, Your Honor.
Voy a dejar esto en manos del tribunal, su señoría.
Well, I find there's probable cause for the charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Determino que hay indicios de culpa por este cargo.
Are you asking for a plea to the bench? Is that what you're asking?
Well, yes, Your Honor. It just due to the charge, it's kind of inconsequential for him to be here days when it's something that can be plead and get out of here today, Your Honor.
Sí, está pidiendo entonces que haga el acuerdo declaratorio directamente con el juez. Su señoría, sí, bueno, debido a la naturaleza del cargo, las implicaciones que eso trae de que él esté aquí pasando varios días cuando es algo que se puede resolver con un acuerdo declaratorio.
All right, I mean, I'll give a plea offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Tendría una oferta.
the offer would be an adjudication of guilt,
La oferta será dictamen de culpa,
time served,
crédito carcelario por el tiempo ya cumplido
and court costs.
y pago de costas judiciales.
1 second, Your Honor.
Un momento, su señoría.
Your Honor, Mr. Rodriguez accepts the offer.
Rodríguez acepta la oferta, su señoría.
Accepts the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
¿Acepta la oferta? Sí, su señoría.
So, Mr. Rodriguez, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Señor Rodríguez, ¿puede levantar su mano derecha, por favor?
Not that high.
Alto no. Levante la mano derecha.
Keep it raised.
Para preguntarse.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
¿Jura que el testimonio que dará ser la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad, de Dios? ¿Lo jura?
Sí.
¿Jura? Yes.
All right, can you, how's the sound down there from us?
The sound is perfect over here, Your Honor.
Okay. It's hard for us to hear him respond, so I don't know if you can get a little closer to the mic or not.
Quizás si se puede acercar un poco más al micrófono, que me cuesta escuchar.
I think we're picking up a lot of feedback from noise in the back there.
Same here, Your Honor. The interpreter's end, that's
I
why.
don't know if it's quiet or not, it just sounds noisy.
Yeah, Your Honor. Everybody's quiet over here, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, your name and your age, please?
Señor, si me da su nombre y su edad, por favor.
Carlos Rodríguez Hernández. 0306 de 1977.
Okay.
Rodríguez Hernández, March 6 of 1977.
How far did you get in school, sir?
Señor, ¿y qué grado de instrucción académica escolar tiene usted?
Did you graduate from high school?
¿Terminó usted la secundaria? ¿Estudió la secundaria?
Bachillerato.
High school.
Bachelor's degree?
¿Licenciatura universitaria o nada más la escuela secundaria?
No, es un nivel medio.
It's a middle level.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
¿Alguna vez usted ha recibido tratamiento por problemas de enfermedades mentales?
No padezco, la verdad, de algún impedimento.
No, I don't suffer any kind of disabilities.
Okay. Have you or are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or narcotics or medication that affects your ability to understand?
En estos momentos, ¿está usted bajo efectos de drogas o de alcohol o de narcóticos o de medicamentos que le hagan difícil entender lo que estamos haciendo?
No, yo estoy apto. No consumo drogas yo, gracias a Dios.
No, I'm fine. I don't take any drugs, thanks God.
The plea offer is an adjudication of guilt, time served, so the time you've already been there at the jail, and then court costs. Do you understand those terms?
Bueno, entonces los términos de este acuerdo declaratorio son los siguientes. Primero, va a recibir un dictamen de culpabilidad. Segundo, se le va a dar crédito por el tiempo que usted ya cumplió en la cárcel. Eso se llama crédito carcelario. Y por último, tendrá que hacer el pago de las costas judiciales, o sea, los gastos del tribunal. ¿Entiende todo eso?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand it.
I'll even give you 6 months to pay the court costs.
Incluso le va a dar un plazo de 6 meses para que pague esas costas judiciales.
All right. Have you had time to discuss the plea offer with your attorney?
¿Y ya habló usted con su abogado de este acuerdo declaratorio? ¿Su abogado le habló ya de este acuerdo declaratorio?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody forcing you or threatening you into taking the plea offer?
¿Alguien lo forzó o lo amenazó para que usted aceptara este acuerdo declaratorio?
No.
No.
Do you understand by accepting the plea offer you're giving up certain rights such as a trial?
¿Entiende usted que al usted asumir este acuerdo declaratorio, usted está renunciando o se está apartando de ciertos derechos, como por ejemplo el derecho de llevar el caso a un juicio? ¿Entiende eso?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, this could potentially affect your immigration status?
¿Entiende usted que si usted no es ciudadano estadounidense, esto posiblemente, potencialmente, podría afectar su estatus migratorio? ¿Entiende?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's services?
¿Está satisfecho con los oficios del abogado?
Sí.
Yes.
Is the state and the defense, are you stipulating to the facts set forth in the arrest affidavit?
¿Están de acuerdo a los hechos del arresto, fiscalía y defensa?
Defense stipulate for the benefit of the plea, Your Honor.
La defensa está estipulando para efectos del acuerdo declaratorio.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, su señoría.
Thank you. All right, so Mr. Rodriguez Hernandez, to the charge of open container in a public place, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Así que, señor Rodríguez Hernández, ante este cargo de tener un recipiente destapado en un lugar público, ¿cómo se declara? ¿Culpable o se declara no culpable?
No, me declaro culpable.
I plead guilty.
Okay, so upon the acceptance of the plea, I find that the defendant freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived his rights. I find that the defendant knowingly entered the plea and understands the nature of the charge and the consequences of the plea. I find him to be competent, coherent, and alert. Oh, sorry, I forgot you had to translate all that, sorry.
That's fine, Your Honor. Habiendo entonces aceptado este acuerdo declaratorio, estoy entonces aquí determinando de que el acusado entiende las consecuencias de esta declaración, de que está en pleno uso de sus facultades, que entiende todas las implicaciones, que es inteligente, que está atento y que está entendiendo todo lo que se está haciendo.
And I find that there is a factual basis for the plea and sentence.
Y veo que hay un fundamento de bases fácticas para esta declaración y para esta pena que se ha impuesto.
And I sentence the defendant according to the plea.
Y le impongo la pena de acuerdo a este acuerdo declaratorio.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Is that the only other Spanish one down there?
No, Your Honor. The next one is Mr. Manuel Siquin Lopez, which is the next one on the city ordinance, Your Honor. And once again, I'm also requesting a plea to the bench, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rosado, he appears to have an ice hold on him. I don't know if you knew that.
No sé si sabía que
He
estaba
doesn't have an
solicitado
ice
por
hold
inmigración.
at the moment. He is, however, he is here illegally.
Sí, él está siendo solicitado por el Departamento de Inmigración. Se está pidiendo que lo retengan. Él está aquí ilegalmente.
Oh, this is just. Yes, please.
Your Honor, I discussed the situation with the client. He would not like to have a plea. At this time, he would just accept any bond in his case, Your Honor.
All right, so sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Señor, su nombre, apellido y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Manuel Siquín López, 25 de julio de 1977.
Manuel Siquín López, July 25th, 1977.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, I am going to, or Joaquin Lopez, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario to be your attorney on this matter.
Bien, señor Joaquín López, voy a designar al licenciado Rosario para que lo defienda en esta causa.
You're here on one count of violation of municipal ordinance for open container.
Usted está aquí por incumplimiento con un decreto de ordenanza municipal de tener un recipiente de bebida destapado o descubierto
For drinking alcohol in public.
y consumir alcohol en la vía pública.
I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause.
Ya yo revisé el escrito de arresto y he determinado que hay indicios de culpa
I'm going to set your bond at $250.
y voy a fiar una fianza de $250.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Do we have another Spanish language?
Let me double check in the room, Your Honor.
Okay.
¿Alguien más en español? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Andrew. Your Honor, yes, we have one more by the name of Ramos Henry.
Good morning, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Buenos días, señor. Si da su nombre, apellido y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Henry Ganosay,
Per-
0828 de 1976.
El apellido es Ramos.
Donald, with a T, Your Honor, that's Texas.
Thank you. Henry Tamos, August 20th of 1979.
I don't have his case.
No está aquí el caso.
Your Honor, it's a DUI case. It's right above Brian Tatum.
Right above Brian Tatum? Is that what you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have Henry Tano Size. Is that,
That's the one, Your Honor, yes.
okay. Okay. All right. Sir, I am going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to be your attorneys on this matter, okay?
Aquí bien, señor. Así que voy a designar al licenciado Rosario y a la Oficina de la Defensoría Pública para que lo defiendan en esta causa. ¿Está bien?
Ok.
Ok.
All right, sir, you're here on one charge of DUI, driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Usted está acusado por un caso de conducir bajo los efectos de alcohol o de drogas.
I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause.
Ya revisé el escrito de arresto y determiné que hay indicios de culpa.
I'm going to order you release PTR.
Voy a ordenar que se le conceda libertad provisional.
I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substances without a prescription.
Y voy a ordenar que usted no tenga ni drogas, alcohol, ni cualquier otro tipo de sustancia, a menos que sea receta médica.
And I'm going to have random urinalysis monitored by PTR.
Y voy a designar al Departamento de Libertad Provisional para que ellos realicen exámenes de orina al azar.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, he's the last one that requires a Spanish interpreter.
Okay, thank you. All right, Theo, we'll probably see you in like 30 or so, okay?
Very well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. I always do that. I try to drop the interpreter and I drop everybody.
It happens, Your Honor.
All right, so I have Jean Gomez.
Approaching, Your Honor.
All right, morning, sir. Name and date of birth.
Gene Gomes, January 11, 67.
All right, Mr. Gomez, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you on this matter. You are here on 2 counts. One is cocaine possession. Second one is possessing or using drug equipment. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for those charges. I am going to set your bond on count 1 at 1,000, on count 2 at 500. Order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substances without a prescription. And then I am going to remove your bond case 2020 CF 3589. It was ROR, sorry. All right. Thank you, sir. Next one I have is Michael Harvey.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Morning.
Morning, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
Michael Harvey, 092586.
Mr. Harvey, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter.
Okay.
You are here on 2 counts. First one is aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The second one is resisting arrest without violence. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for both those charges. I'm going to release you. I'm going to set your bond on count 1, which is the aggravated battery with the deadly weapon, at $2,500 with PTR, and then $500 on count 2. I'm going to order you have no contact with the victim and that you maintain separate residence. And no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance without prescription. Also, no firearms, weapons, or ammunition.
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. That was PTR only to count 1. Just for- Okay, the next one I have is Mark Hunter.
Your Honor, Mr. Hunter also has a city ordinance violation and added charges.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, it's the last one.
Oh.
So he has 3 separate cases.
Your Honor, he had 3 separate cases.
I only have, I don't think I have the city ordinance charging document. State, do you have the charging affidavit on the municipal?
No, Your Honor.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Your Honor, if,
Oh, wait. I found it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Mark Hunter, 1162.
All right, Mr. Hunter, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You are here on 3 different cases. The first one has 2 counts, cocaine possession and then controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance. The second one is for cocaine possession, and the third is for violation of municipal ordinance, open container of alcohol in public. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause on all 3 cases for all 5 charges. On the cocaine possession, set your bond at $1,000. Oh, hold on. Does he qualify for PTR on all 3 cases?
1 second. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will release you PTR on the municipal ordinance. I will release you PTR with bond on 1 count, each count of cocaine possessions. There's 2 cocaine possessions. Each one will be $100 with PTR. On those counts or in those cases, oh, hold on. And then on controlled substance, I'm going to release you PTR. So I think before I said there's 5 total counts. There's only 4 total. I misspoke. So let's just go through it so there's clarity. On the first case, on cocaine possession, $100 with PTR. Count 2, straight PTR. On that case, no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance without prescription and random urinalysis by PTR. On the cocaine possession case, I'm going to do $100 with PTR in the same conditions. And on the municipal ordinance, just straight PTR with no drugs, alcohol, or.
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you. RUAs on all 3 cases. All right. Darren Kennedy.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Morning, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Good morning, Deron Kennedy, 0421 1999.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, you are here. Well, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You are here on 1 count of felony battery. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. What's the other legal constraint?
Mr. Kennedy's out on probation. He's actually on, he's an absconder from DOC.
All right, so I'm going to set your bond on this case at $10,000. Order you have no contact with the victim, maintain separate residence, and not return to the scene. And what jurisdiction is that out of the responding?
It's Pasco.
Okay. Do I have jurisdiction? Huh? Yeah. So I would, my probable cause that you violated terms of your release there, and I would revoke that. Can you put the case number on the record? Officer.
Yes. It is 18 CF02854.
That's out of Pasco?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next one I have is Franco Majernik. I have quite a few cases.
Your Honor, he refused for, we can waive his appearances.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
He refused to be here today, Your Honor.
Okay. Is this his first appearance?
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll reset that one till tomorrow.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right. Romeo Lenny. Good morning, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Good morning, sir. My name is Romeo McClennan, 032584.
All right. Mr. McClenny, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You're here on 1 count of battery. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. I'm gonna order you released PTR with bond set at $250. Order no contact with the victim, to maintain a separate residence. Sir, you reside out of the state?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I will give you permission to return home to Virginia. You're from
Yes, sir.
Virginia, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll have permission to, you don't have to stay in Florida.
Your Honor, what was the bond amount?
250?
What was the bond? What was the bond amount?
250.
250.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Jose Montalvo,
Approaching, Your Honor.
name and date of birth, sir?
Jose Montalvo, Jr., 3970.
All right. All right, Mr. Montalvo, you are here on, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count for possession of cocaine. And you have a second. Nope, maybe not. Okay. Forgot when you put that. Otherwise, that means you're. So one count of cocaine possession. I'm going to set your bond. Well, I'm going to release you PTR, order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without prescription, and to submit to random urinalysis monitored by the PTR department. All right, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, to my understanding, does he also have a charge for grand theft?
No, that's Jose Montanez.
Oh,
They got separate names.
sorry, Your Honor, he's a different person.
I made the same mistake, so don't worry. Yeah.
It's a very similar last name, I'm sorry.
All right, but he's next.
Yes, he's next, Your Honor. Montanez.
All right, morning, or it's afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth?
Jose Montanez, 11/23/1977.
All right, Mr. Montanez, you are here on, well, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you. You're here on one count of theft of a vehicle.
Can I just ask? I can't see who am I talking to? Is that you?
No, it's over there.
No, but who? The voice. Oh, okay.
Me.
All right, okay.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. So you're here on one count of theft of a vehicle. I find that there's probable cause for that.
Can I ask what the probable cause is?
Sure, you stole a car based on this affidavit.
Who did I steal it from? I'm only.
You can talk to your attorney there.
So where you want to be?
I mean, I didn't ask for your help.
Your Honor, just for the record, he said that he doesn't want an attorney.
I didn't say I didn't want an attorney. I said, all right, first of all, if I may say.
Hold on. Wait. You have the right to remain silent. These are recorded proceedings. Anything you say can and will be used against you. The prosecutor's here listening. You can choose to waive that right if you like. I suggest you talk to your attorney before you do so.
All right. I don't have an attorney.
I appointed the gentleman sitting next to you to be your attorney like 2 minutes ago. Are you okay, sir? Are you under the influence of anything?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay, so I appointed him to be your attorney when you first came up.
Okay, so can we start over?
Sure. So Mr. Rosario is your attorney in his office. You're here on one count, theft of a vehicle. All right. I'm going to find that there's probable cause for that charge. I'm going to release you. PTR with a $1,000 bond. I'm going to order you to not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license and to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. I have Gertrudis Mora.
Your Honor, we removed Ms. Mora because she was having some blood pressure situations, so we can waive appearances for today, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's. If I appoint you, you want to waive her appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll appoint you, Mr. Rosario, to be her attorney. Do you waive her appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Moore's here for one count of battery. I find that there's probable cause for that. I'm going to release her with PTR with bond. That bond will be $50. PTR, you made contact with the victim?
Yes, Your Honor. The victim stated he would like contact, and for her to return, they actually live in New York.
Okay, so I'll do no hostile contact. I'll allow return or travel out of state to return to New York. William Roman. All right, sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Morning, William Roman, December 21st, 1998.
Okay. Mr. Roman, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario in his office to represent you. You are here on 3 counts. The first one is carrying a concealed firearm during the commission of a felony. Second one is possession of marijuana with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver. The third one is possession of use of drug equipment. I reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for those charges. I am going to release you as, well, I'm going to set your bond as follows. I'm going to do PTR with bond in the amount of $5,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. On count 2, I'm going to do $250, not $1,000. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance without prescription. That's it. Thank you. Jan Santiago Rosado.
Your Honor, if I may appoint him, I would like to waive his appearances. He had a backpack. He was unable to actually sit down for this proceeding, Your Honor.
Okay. Have the PTR sheet first. All right, so I'm going to appoint you to represent Mr. Santiago Rosado.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, he's charged with 1 count for grand theft of a firearm. I'm sorry, he has multiple cases. Sorry. And on the second case, for fleeing and eluding a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated, and for reckless driving. PTR, does he qualify?
Your Honor, he doesn't qualify because he's out on bond in Orange County, case 2020 CF01375580 for possession of marijuana.
All right, so I'm going to set on the grand theft, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500. On the fleeing and eluding, I'm going to set the bond at $1,500. On reckless driving, $500. Order no guns, firearms, or weapons of any kind, or ammunition. and I'm going to revoke his bond on the Orange County case. Reshma Raj, Reshma Sukraj.
Your Honor, 1 second, choosing the cage.
Okay.
That's it, not yet. You got 34 charges, I believe. No, out of count, sorry.
All right. Good afternoon. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Reshma Sakraj, 10/20/1981.
All right. I am going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I am going to find probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $7,500. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim. I'm going to order you to not return to the scene. I'm going to order you to not have any drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without prescription. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Brian Tatum.
Tatum, Brian. Brian Tatum.
Brian.
Sir, are you Tatum? Close the best, please.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
I'm Brian Tatum, 10677.
And your name?
Brian Tatum.
All right, Mr. Tatum, you are here on an out-of-county warrant out of Marion County. I'm going to hold you no bond. Let Marion County come get you.
I was told by
I am going to, sorry, and I'm also going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to assist you on this matter. All right, thank you, sir. Last one I have is Miguel.
Yes, Your Honor, 1 second.
Afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Miguel Almestica, 11/25/2001.
All right, Mr. Almesteca, I'm going to appoint Mr. Rosario and his office to represent you or to assist you on this matter. You're here on, I believe, 34 out-of-county warrants, if I counted correctly.
Yes, sir.
The judge, I don't know if it's multiple judges or one judge in those cases, have set $1,000 bonds on 31 of those warrants, $500 on one and $250 on two. Your total bond would be $32,000. We'll let
Yes,
Polk
sir.
County know. Thank you. All right, thank you, sir.
And that's it, Your Honor, for today.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Have a good rest of the day. Bye. Okay. Anybody need a break or want to keep? Like strawberry. All right. All right, let's get started. First one I have is, are these Spanish on top? Okay.
They're all.
All right.
Good afternoon now, Your Honor. This is
I know.
Theodore Leal.
Good afternoon, Theo. All right, so first one we're going to have is Roberto Carlos Diaz.
One moment, Your Honor. Connected, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Muy buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
All right, what's your name and your date of birth, please?
Mi nombre completo es Carlos Roberto Díaz García. Mi fecha de nacimiento es 1994.
All right.
10 de octubre, el 10 de octubre de 1994.
My full name is Carlos Roberto Diaz Garcia. Date of birth is October the 10th of 1994.
Okay, you mind if I call you Mr. Diaz?
Sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, Mr. Diaz, you are here on, well, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on 2 counts. First one is aggravated assault with domestic violence. Second one is battery domestic violence. I reviewed the affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $5,000, your bond on count 2 at $2,500. Total bond is $7,500. I'm going to order you have no contact with the victim, to maintain separate residence, to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance without prescription. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Next one I have is Jose Montilla Castro.
Yeah, he didn't qualify. The last one, he didn't qualify. You'll find him right. No, no, the last defendant, you'll find the public defender on.
I'm going to point it for today's purposes.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Sir, your name and date of birth?
José Alberto Montilla Castro. September the 3rd, 1982.
Okay, Mr. Montilla Castro, I see here you had a private attorney. She's not here today. So for purposes of today, I'm going to appoint.
Can I say something?
Well,
Preguntaron que si quería un abogado, yo le dije que tenía abogado privado, y ellos, pero no por este caso, por el anterior. Y ella dijo que esto fue lo que yo quería, y yo dije, pues si no está ahí, pues.
Yeah, when they asked me, I did say that I had a private attorney, but it was for a different case. And then, I said, well, if that's what we have there.
all right. Okay, sir. So, on the item. Okay. So I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. So you're here on 2 counts. The first one is aggravated battery, domestic violence. The second one is battery domestic violence. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $20,000. Your bond on count 2 at $2,500. Order you have no contact with the victim, no guns, firearms, or ammunition or other weapons, no drugs, alcohol, or drugs without a prescription. And then on the existing case, 2020 CF 3135 out of Orange County, I am going to revoke your bond. Thank you, sir. Have Hector Luis Roman Diaz next. All right, afternoon, sir, your name and date of birth.
Héctor Luis Román Díaz, 18 de diciembre de 1974.
Okay, sir.
To Luis Roman Diaz, December 18 of 1974.
I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of criminal mischief. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit, and I do find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to order you be released on a $1,000 bond. Order you no return to the scene.
That's fine.
Great. And then no contact with the victim.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, next one I have is Agustin Reyes Cabral. Hey, good afternoon, sir. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Agustín Rafael Reyes Cabral. Septiembre 5 del 58.
Agustin Rafael Reyes Cabral, September 5th of 1958.
All right, good afternoon, sir. You're here. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore Sullivan to
Good afternoon.
represent you. It's not Moore Sullivan, it's something else.
Silverman.
Silverman.
Yes.
Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of DUI with the blood alcohol level 0.15
Alcohol.
or higher, or a person under 18 in the vehicle. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to set your bond at $500. Order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription, and to have random urinalysis conducted by, or monitored by the Department of Pretrial Release.
Like, are you ordering bond for free
Okay.
release or
Okay.
drug testing through free trial?
Just drug testing through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No era droga, era alcohol. Yo nunca he usado droga. Tengo que firmar.
Your bond.
Oh.
Next one I have is Timoteo Santilla Balderas. Afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Timoteo Santillán Valderas, abril 6, 1979.
Timoteo Santi Banderas, April 6th of 1979.
All right, sir. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of DUI. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to order you be released on a $500 bond. with no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription, and also to have random UAs monitored by PTR. Okay.
Your Honor, is it 500 for both, for each count?
I'm sorry?
Is it 500 for each count?
No. Thank you, State. No. You're also charged with indecent exposure. Give me 1 second. All right, I reviewed the affidavit. I find there's probable cause for that charge as well. And also, just set your bond at 500 on that count.
Entonces tengo que pagar $1,000 para.
So I need to pay $1,000?
That's something you can discuss with your attorney, but that's what your total bond is, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so Heriberto Roman Sanabria.
Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and your date of birth?
Heriberto Román Sanabria, 12-13-59.
Heriberto Roman Sanabria, December 13 of 1959.
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to assist you on this matter. You're here on an out-of-county warrant. The Osceola County?
Yes, sir.
Out of Osceola County? The judge who issued that set no bond, so it'll stay that way. Thank you, sir.
Que yo voy a hacer.
So what am I going to do now?
Well, sir, that's something you can discuss with that young lady who's next to you. She's your attorney. She and her office, her partners, the office are your lawyers.
Entonces, voy a estar aquí, no voy para Osceola o qué.
So I'm not going to be here. I'm going to Osceola. Where am I going?
That's a good question. We'll let Osceola County know that you're here and they'll come get you.
That's fine.
Thank you, sir. I have Genesis Colon Garcia.
Just one moment, Your Honor.
Is this still?
That's the end of.
That was the last Spanish interpreter.
Okay. All right, Theo. Thank you. I don't know if you can, oh, you can see me, yeah. All right, thanks, Theo. Have a good rest of the day.
Welcome, Your Honor. Likewise.
Thank I hang up on you. Yeah. All right. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Look at me, please. Don't look at him. And what's your name and your date of birth?
My name is Genesis Colon Garcia, date of birth on 9/27/1991.
All right, Ms. Colon Garcia, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore, who's standing next to you, in her office to be your attorneys on this matter. You're here on 2 counts. First one is aggravated battery, domestic violence. The second one is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for those charges. Hello, sir.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Brian David Martinez.
Okay, and sir, are you the alleged victim in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, so, sir, just, I like to say this just so people know. We're not here to prove innocence or guilt right now, just the terms of the release.
Release and
Okay?
see if I'm safe.
So,
No, I
sir,
understand.
what would you like to say?
No, I said I understand.
Okay, well, what do you want to say?
Oh, no, that this shouldn't have gone the way it did. Like, I don't feel threatened for my life at all. She's a great mother. It was just one of those days that we had a miscommunication and things went a little bit sideways. As for me feeling safe if she was to come out, absolutely. Do I want her to come home and be with her children? Absolutely. If you give us a no contact, I don't feel like that's necessary, but you are once again the judge. If she was to come home and there was a no contact, I will find somewhere else to go for the meantime. But as for feeling safe, I absolutely do. I don't feel threatened at all. I don't feel a threat for my life or nothing like that, sir.
Okay. State? Questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor, the state has no questions.
All right, Ms. Moore?
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. If this happened again, would you have any hesitation in calling the authorities?
I don't think this is ever going to happen again, but if it
People
was
say
to
that all
happen
the time, but
again,
that's not the question. If it happened again.
yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to call the authority.
Okay. You have no criminal history.
No, sir.
You have kids at home?
2.
How old are they?
No, about 8 and 5.
Were they home when this happened?
My little one was 5 years old. She was actually in the room.
I'm going to order you to be released on what's called PTR. Okay? So there's no monetary bond for you. I'm going to order you to have no hostile contact with this gentleman. That means you guys can talk, but there can't be any hostility, no yelling, threatening, hitting, anything of that sort, or you violate the terms of your release. Okay? I'm going to also order you to have no weapons, guns, ammunition, or other firearms. That's it.
Good?
Yep. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. All right, what's your name and your date of birth?
Ira Gaynor, 8/20/79.
All right. One more time, sorry.
Shira Gaynor.
It's Shira? Okay.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Gaynor. You are going to have Ms. Moore and her office be appointed to be your attorneys on this matter, okay?
Okay.
You're here on 2 counts. First one is aggravated assault, dating violence. Second one is principal in a first-degree aggravated assault. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for those charges. Sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what's your name?
James Loomis.
All right, Mr. Loomis, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, sir.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
To God? All right, are you the alleged victim in this case?
Sir, I am the alleged victim, but she has nothing to do with what happened because she never knew that the guy was in the car was finna do what he did. And I mean, she did not. We always give him rides places, but she did not know that this guy was gonna do what he did. Yes, he was in the car, but she did not. She was unknowledgeable. And the rumor is that the man was trying to hurt me for like 3 weeks prior to that. I don't know how she ended up here. No.
I just want to hear about the terms of the release. Are you scared of her?
No, sir. No, sir. She need to be home. I want her home with her kids.
Do you all live together?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, if she was at home, would you be scared?
No, 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 no. She's not a type of person.
If something like this happened again, would you hesitate in calling the law enforcement?
No, I wouldn't hesitate, but this was like, she ain't done nothing. It was a guy she was giving a ride to, that we agreed to give a ride to earlier that day. But I never knew that he had so much beef with me until I just recently found it out. And she goes, she don't know nothing about the law. Only thing she doing is coming to my dad's house because he said I was over there. She just want to talk to me. And next thing you know, the dude got drunk and he do me.
Sir, I don't want to hear the facts, sir. I just want to know if you're scared.
No, I'm not scared of her, sir.
Okay, state any,
No, Your Honor.
all right, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Loomis, I didn't mean to cut you off. Thank you for being here. I know
Yes, sir.
you'd rather be doing other things on Sunday, so we appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
PTR, can I have a criminal history on her, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has one felony conviction for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
So the same thing?
Yes, Judge. And her arrest history consists of assault with an intent to do violence and violation of probation. She is eligible, Your Honor.
I'm not going to give her straight PTR. I'm not. I'm going to order you to be released with on count one, a $2,500 bond with PTR. On count two, $1,000 bonds with PTR. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the co-defendant. I'm going to order you to have no hostile contact with Mr. Loomis, the victim. I'm going to order you to have no guns, firearms, or other weapons. And I'm going to order you, well, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Have a nice day.
Did I skip it?
Yes.
That's what I'm famous for. Okay, sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Xavier Rivera, 11/25/97.
All right, Mr. Rivera, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter.
Yes, sir.
You're here on 5 counts. First one is aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. Second one is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, or with a weapon, sorry. Third one is battery while committing domestic battery by strangulation. Fourth is false imprisonment, and fifth is just battery, domestic violence. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to order you released on bond. I'm going to set your bond as follows. Count 1, $50,000. Count 2, $25,000. Count 3, $25,000. Count 4, $5,000. Count 5, $2,500. Your total bond will be $107,500. I'm going to order you have no contact with the victim, no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance of any kind without a prescription. No guns, firearms, or other weapons. No return to the scene. And that's it. Thank you, sir. Next one I have is Kareem Salem.
Yes.
All right, your name and your date of birth, sir?
Reem Salem, September 25th,
All
1997.
right, Mr. Salem, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on 3 counts. First one is battery, domestic battery by strangulation. Second one is child abuse. Third one is battery dating violence. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for the charges. I'm going to set your bond as follows. Do we have anybody here?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
It said the victim was going to appear for court. That's why.
Your Honor, may the state be heard? May the state be heard?
Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I said may the state be heard on this case.
Sure.
The state will ask for a remand in this case, considering that the defendant has no community ties and his only relative is out of the country.
Your Honor, we're going to argue for a bond. There's no reason that the defendant shouldn't have a bond. It's not being released PTR where there's community ties that are necessary. And in this case, there was no facts that are presented that suggest that he can't.
Community ties are a factor in setting a bond. I don't think it.
Yes, Your Honor, just one of the factors, though.
Right. I'm going to order you be released on bond. I'm going to set your bond as follows. On count 1, $15,000. On count 2, $2,500. On count 3, $2,500. Your total bond is $20,000. I'm going to order you have no contact with the victim, to maintain a separate residence, to not return to the scene, to not have drugs, alcohol, or controlled substances without a prescription, to not possess or use a firearm, a gun, weapon, or ammunition. Alright. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one I've got is Matthew Wolf. All right. Afternoon, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
Matthew Wolf, 4671.
All right, Mr. Wolf, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're charged with 1 count of child abuse and 1 count of tampering with a witness. I am going to there's no criminal history? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't
That's
look
okay.
over. All right, hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
Crystal Wolf.
All right, Ms. Wolf, thank you for projecting your voice. It's hard for me to hear things, so I appreciate it. Are you the alleged victim in this case?
Yes, and my children.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and I understand it's the children, not you. So ma'am, again, we're not here to prove innocence or guilt, merely to know about the terms of release. So what would you like to say, ma'am?
It was just a misunderstanding, and this has never happened before, and we're here on vacation. We're from Illinois, and like I said, it's never happened before, and we've never had any issues. And I'm not scared of Matthew, or the children are not scared of him.
How old are the children?
17, almost 18, and 13.
We have no criminal history, right?
No criminal history, Your Honor.
So I'm going to order you be released, sir, with the following bond. Where, you're in Illinois?
Sir.
Where in Illinois?
Danville, Oakwood is the exact town.
Is PTR a call-in?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Do they call in to check in?
Your Honor,
I know he doesn't qualify for straight PTR, but would he qualify for bonds with PTR?
no, Your Honor, crimes against children aren't eligible for the admin order.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna set your bond on count one at $1,000, your bond on count two at $250, so your total bond will be $1,250. I'm gonna order you have no hostile contact with the victims. That means no hitting, yelling, anything of that sort. I'm going to allow you to leave the state to return home. And that's it. That's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. All right, Donald Alderman.
Yes, sir, Donald Alderman,
All right, sir, what's your date of birth?
10/21/75.
All right, Mr. Alderman, you are here on, well, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you. You're here on one count of battery domestic violence. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to order you to be released on PTR with a $250 bond. I'm going to order you have no alcohol, drugs, or other controlled substance without a prescription. Okay?
Your Honor.
And, wait, one more thing. Have we had contact with the victim?
Yes, Judge. The victim advised that they planned to attend initial appearance, but it appears that they didn't make it.
So at this point, I'm going to order no contact with the victim. All right, thank you, sir. All right. Next one, your name, sir, and your date of birth.
Jose Alvarez, 0609 1995.
All right, Mr. Alvarez, you're here. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of battery domestic violence. I find that there is probable cause for that charge based on the arrest affidavit. I just want to confirm that his prior history includes a conviction for domestic violence battery.
Yes, Your Honor, in 2019.
Okay, so I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim, no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance, and no firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, next one I have is Brenna Dawn. Thank you, sir. Gaddy, Brenna Dawn Gaddy. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Gaddy, I'm pretty sure of. This is a companion case to one we heard earlier, right?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
This is a companion to one we heard
Yes, Your
earlier? Okay. All right. Afternoon, ma'am. Your name and date of birth, please?
Brenna Gaddy, 1180.
Well, you're a New Year's baby.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter. Ma'am, you're here on one count of battery domestic violence. I find there's probable cause for the charge. Is there an out-of-state conviction for assault with a deadly weapon?
That's correct, Judge, in 2007.
Okay. And then one failure to appear in 2020?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to set your bond at $250 with PTR. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription. I'm going to order you to not have any guns, weapons, or other firearms. What type of contact order did we do on Mr. Diaz?
One moment, Your Honor.
The alleged victim in this case, Your Honor, was a co-defendant and was also charged, and he was here earlier today.
Right, but what type of contact order did we do? What type
He
of?
doesn't want any contact with him, so if we want to do a no contact order.
It was a no contact.
Well, it was a no contact? Okay, so I'm just going to make sure. So it's also order no contact with the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, no offense to her, but
Yeah.
I don't care what the defendant wants contact or not. It's what the victim wants.
Yes,
But
thank
I understand the unique situation that this one.
So do I take?
I have Mario Medina next. Afternoon, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
Mario Medina, 5/30/85.
All right, Mr. Medina, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of battery dating violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for the charge.
We have a witness, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Hi,
Hello,
what's your name?
Haran Cabrera.
All right, and are you the alleged victim in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, can you just do me a favor and raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am. So again, I think you've heard me say it. I think I've seen you sitting out there, but we're not here to prove innocence or guilt today. It's merely to speak about the terms of the release. So what would you like to say, ma'am?
Well, this is the first time that this has ever happened. And, he's been a great provider and protector for me and my son. This is, again, the first time that it has ever happened. And I would like for him to come home. I don't feel threatened for my life or for my son's life. I'm not scared of him. Again, it's the first time that this has ever happened. And we just want him home.
Sir, you were in the military? What branch? Army. Honorably discharged?
General under honorable conditions.
I'm sorry?
General under honorable conditions.
Thank you for your service. I don't take lightly that we can do what we do here without people like you making those sacrifices. So I appreciate it, sincerely. I find that there's probable cause on the charges that were alleged. There's no criminal history.
Your Honor, he hasn't been positively identified. His fingerprints haven't cleared yet. Based off of the name and date of birth that we have, he has no criminal history and he is eligible for the program.
Your Honor, there is a prior arrest with the same victim.
A prior arrest? Can I have the date on that?
Yes. August 21st, 2019. 1 second.
But I did not, that was not found guilty or nothing. That was a misunderstanding as well. And it was just a verbal argument. This was nothing physical.
Well, here's the problem with that. You just told me like 3 minutes ago that something like this has never happened before.
He's never done anything like this before. I am speaking the truth. The prior arrest was with me, sir, not with him.
You got arrested?
Yes, sir. This is not on him. I'm sorry.
I may have misunderstood.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it was with the defendant, Your Honor.
He got arrested.
Yes.
Not with me. This is the first time that I've ever have been through anything like this with him, ever.
Is his date of
Talk to your
birth is
lawyer first.
May 30th, 1985? Is that the date of birth?
As I stated previously, this is a preliminary history based off of the name and date of birth that he provided to law enforcement. So if he has other history under aliases, that wouldn't be included in the preliminary history.
The date
Your
of birth?
Honor, may I be heard on this?
You may, I just want to clarify, state, is he the victim on that case, or was he arrested on that case?
Your Honor, he's the defendant in that case.
Yeah, Your Honor, I was just wondering if I could be allowed to see it, just because there's some confusion and with the witness here, she even says she was the victim, not the victim, so I just wanted to ask the state if I could see that.
I mean, but no offense to it, but her testimony's been, well, I don't know. Yeah, take a look at it. Take a look at it.
It's actually on my,
You have a case number?
yes. It is 2019 NM
I am confused.
004573.
We have is that Orange County? You said 2019
NM?
4573?
Yes.
Is it maybe a Chloe or a Paka? Is there a A or a W at the end, maybe?
1 second.
That brings up a different defense.
Is the defendant a junior?
Yes.
What are you looking at?
On our system, on our case management. I have the,
Does the case have an A or W at the end?
Yeah, sometimes it's like branch cases, so they have a different ending.
no, I don't, from the report, no, I see 48 2019 NM 004573. I'll pull up another one.
State NM would be a not filed.
Right, I was saying arrest.
An arrest.
Sorry.
An NM case, so there wouldn't have been an arrest. It would have.
Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't said there was an arrest.
Okay, okay.
Oh, there wasn't an arrest.
An NM case, that's a not filed.
Okay.
Right.
So
I think we heard
there would not be an
MM.
arrest history for an NM case.
I think we heard M.
Oh, no, I said NM.
Okay, I think that's where the confusion is. Okay. So. Is that the cops just come out and take a report? Is that what's?
Yeah, it's a report, like a full case packet with the same victim.
So I'm a little confused, ma'am, just,
Yes, sir.
He was placed on, was he placed under arrest?
so you said nothing like this has happened before, but then we have a record that something like this has happened before.
We've never gotten physical with one another. The last time that this happened was a verbal argument. This was just a verbal argument. And this was about 1.5 years ago. Last night was unfortunate and things, they just escalated. But he's never done anything like this before. We just never, I mean, we've argued with one another for 4 to 5 years, you know? It's normal for two couples to have verbal arguments, but last night was just very unfortunate, and it has never happened before, sir. You know, he's been a good protector to me and my son. He's a good provider. He takes care of us. It's just never happened before.
Are you scared of him?
No, I'm not. My son is not scared of him either. We're not threatened for our life. Again, this was a miscommunication, and it was just a really bad night. I wouldn't be here if so.
Okay. I'm gonna order him released PTR.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No hostile contact with the victim. No drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substances. No weapons, firearms, guns, ammunition. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Lázaro. All right. Is this his first day? All right, we'll reset him till tomorrow. All right, so we'll reset him 24 hours. Mariah Whiteside. All right. Afternoon, ma'am. What's your name and your date of birth?
My name is Myria Whiteside. I was born 6/12/98.
Maria?
Myria, like I'm your Rhea.
All right. Sorry, I mispronounced your name.
Oh, it's fine.
All right. So, Ms. Whiteside, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this matter, okay? You are charged with 2 counts. One is dating violence, battery dating violence. The other one is disorderly conduct. Okay, I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause on those charges. Hi, sir.
You know,
What's your name?
Dennis Reynolds.
All right, just keep your mask on, but you can get closer, but just keep the mask on. Thank you. All right, so, Mr. Reynolds, what is your role here? Are you the alleged victim?
Yes.
All right, so can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give on this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you put your hand down. All right, so, Mr. Reynolds, like we've heard, it's not about innocence or guilt right now, it's just the terms of release. So what would you like to say?
The whole altercation was a misunderstanding, and it should never went down like that. And like, she's a good person. She's a good mother to her daughter. We on vacation. We was just coming to have fun, and
She your lucky charm?
you see, I got on my shirt.
She's your lucky charm?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. You know, my lucky charm is like my family. And my mom always told me, nothing good happens downtown after midnight. And so this is kind of just proof of that. All right. So, are you scared of her?
No.
All right, if something like this were to happen again, would you hesitate in calling the police or law enforcement?
No.
Okay. Has anything like this ever happened before?
Never, ever.
Okay. No wonder, I was looking at the wrong person. Okay. You guys are from Akron?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to go back to Akron?
I would love to go home. If I could take everything with me home too, like if it's anything you need me to do as far as checking in with somebody or something, like could I do that at home in Ohio? Like
I want you to check in with LeBron James when you're in. No,
I wish I could.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to order you release PTR. That's pretrial release. That means there's no monetary bond. So you'll have to check in. They'll provide you the information. I'm going to order you to have, you can still have contact with him, but no hostile contact. I'm also going to order you not drink alcohol.
That's fine with me.
Okay, I'm gonna order you not drink alcohol, not take drugs. I'm not saying you take drugs or don't, but no drugs, alcohol, or a controlled substance without a prescription. And I'm gonna not allow you to have a gun, a firearm, ammunition, or any other weapon. Okay? All right. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking the time.
Your Honor, are you permitting the defendant?
One more thing, ma'am. I'm gonna let you go out of state back home as well.
Thank you.
Yes, so yes. Okay. All right, Desmonte Adams.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir, or it's afternoon already. I know, time flies. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
All right, what's your date of birth?
You said what, sir?
Your date of birth?
07/16/2000.
All right. Mr. Adams, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Moore and State, did y'all get a copy of the charging affidavit?
Your Honor, I did not. I just had the warrant served is all I got.
Okay. I did this arrest warrant, so I had it available to me. I provided it to the clerk. I'm not sure if,
Judge, I can print one out.
okay, we'll print one out.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do know that if there is a warrant, there's probable cause already found, so
Yeah, I just wanted you to know the
save
fact.
some time.
I mean,
Thank you.
yeah. All right, so, sir, as you heard, I reviewed this warrant a few nights ago. They woke me up to review it, and I found probable cause at that time.
Yes, sir.
So there's probable cause for the charges.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you a bond on these charges. On the first count, which is the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, or with a firearm, I'm sorry. I'm going to set your bond at $3,500. I'm going to set your, well, hold on. Yeah, 3,500 on count 2. I'm going to set your bond at 1,000. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim or their family.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to order you to have no contact with your, I believe there was there a co-defendant?
No, no, sir.
Huh?
They have it listed on the warrant. No contact with victim.
Yeah, I was me. No contact with, so no contact with the victim or any of their family. And no contact with,
Your Honor, I came in with money in my pocket. Is it okay if I bond out with that?
I don't care how you bond out, sir.
All right. I'm just asking.
Just give me 1 second.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. I'm going to order you to have no contact with Devins Morgan either.
Okay.
Okay? And so no guns, no firearms, no ammunition, no weapons
Yes, sir.
of any kind? All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Jonathan Bellamy?
Yes, sir.
What's your date of birth, sir?
3/13/1987, sir.
All right, Mr. Bellamy, you are here on 3 counts: possession of cannabis, resisting an officer without violence, and possession of cocaine. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on these matters, or this matter. I'm going to find that there's probable cause for those charges. Set your bond as follows. Count 1, 500, count 2, 500, count 3, 1,000. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or any controlled substance without a prescription. That's it. Thank you, sir. All right. Brian Burke.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your name or your date of birth, sir?
January 6th, 1983.
All right, Mr. Burke, you are here on 2 cases. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you. The first case is disorderly conduct and resisting an officer without violence. The second one is for battery on a law enforcement officer. I'm going to find that there is probable cause for all 3 of those charges. I'm going to set your bond as follows. Count 1, 500, count 2, 1,000, count 3, 5,000, or not the count 3, second case, 5,000. And I'm going to order you not return to the scene and no drugs, alcohol, or a controlled substance without a prescription. Thank you, sir. All right, Jared Clark. All right, what's your name and date of birth, sir?
Jared Clark, 10/21/1999.
All right, Mr. Clark, you're here on, I think is it 3 cases? On 3 cases, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on these. First one is for grand theft of a motor vehicle. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there's probable cause for that charge. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. On the second case, it is for an out-of-county warrant out of Polk County. The judge in that case set your bond at $250, so we'll keep it there. The third is for another out-of-county warrant out of Polk County, where the judge also set your bond at $250, so we will keep the bond as is. If you don't post bond, we'll let Polk County know, and they'll come get you.
Your Honor, may I just ask for the grand theft bond again?
2,000.
Thank you. That's handled later.
Sir, your name and date of birth?
Robert Gillum.
You're going to have to speak up a little bit, sir.
Robert Gillum, May 8th, 1980.
All right, Mr. Gillum, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on this case. You're here on 1 count of possession of a controlled substance. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription. Thank you. Next one I have is John Lee Gray. Yes,
sir.
All right, sir. I'm going to appoint, what's your date of birth, sir?
11/30/1982.
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore, who's standing next to you, and her office to represent you on these matters. You're here on 2 cases. The first one is for fraud, impersonation, or giving a false ID to a law enforcement officer. I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to set your bond at $500. Second case is for failure to appear on a felony warrant. There's 3 counts on that. That's out of here, Orange County.
Yeah, I just missed my court date because I have family problems, sir, and
I understand. You have the right to remain silent. All right. So your bonds have been set on that case already as follows. Count 1, $2,000. Counts 2 and 3, $100 each. So your total bond there is 2,200. Thank you, sir. Next one I have is Derek Mosley. All right, sir, what's your name and date of birth?
Derek Mosley, sir, March 27th, 1979.
Well, happy late birthday.
I know,
I know you probably have had better, but.
I know.
Sir, you're here on a previously issued arrest warrant. So a judge has already found probable cause on these counts. So the first count is for escape. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Your second count is possession of MDMA, $500. Third count is possession of MDMA with intent to sell, that's $1,000. Fourth count is possession of cannabis with intent to sell, that's $1,000. Fifth count is possession of drug paraphernalia, that's $250. Six is resisting without violence, that's also $250. So your total bond is $4,000. My math is right?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Oops. I went the wrong way. All right, next one I have is Gina Mullins.
Sir,
Hi, what's your name and your date of birth?
Gina Marie Mullins, 11/17/1987.
All right, Ms. Mullins, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on 3 counts. The first one is for possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. Second one is for smuggling contraband into a county detention facility. Third one is for possessing drug equipment. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find there is probable cause for those. I'm going to set your bond as follows. On count 1, $2,500. Count 2, $150. Count 3, $100. Your total bond would be $2,850. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription. And that's it.
How did you say?
Pierre Rubens or Rubens Pierre, I'm not,
Yes, sir.
all right. All right, sir, what's your name and your date of birth?
My name is Ruben Pierre, 11093.
All right, Mr. Pierre, you are here on on 2 counts. First one is carrying a concealed firearm. The second one is possession of MDMA ecstasy. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause. Set your bond on count 1 at $2,500. On count 2 at $150. Your total bond, monetary bond, will be $2,650. I'm going to order you to not have drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription.
Yes, sir.
And the court will take no action on the existing case. Wally Santana? All right, next one I have is Megan Shellman. All right.
Speak for myself.
All right. Daryl Tate?
Yes.
All right. What's your date of birth, sir?
5/16/88.
All right. Mr. Tate, you are here on 2 counts. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to assist you on these cases. The first count is for battery on a law enforcement officer. The second one is for a resisting officer with violence. Um, Do you live in Ithaca?
Yes, I'm born and raised in Ithaca. I have a bachelor's in science. I'm a manager at Insomnia Cookies. I was a teacher's aide. My grandfather recently passed, and that's why I came up here to visit. And
Yeah.
we also.
Hold on. I'm just, because it says your residence is in Ithaca, but your employer is Insomnia Cookies, so.
And that's in Ithaca.
Okay, I didn't know it was a national.
Yeah, I apologize for any miscon.
No, I didn't know that. Huh. Okay.
You know, it says that I.
All right, so I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore Silverman in her office to represent you on the matter. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause for the charge. Do we have any criminal history?
Or violent history. I don't have.
Not you.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. Where did you go to college?
Cornell University.
Cornell?
Yes,
Like the Ivy League?
like the Ivy League school, Cornell University.
Were you in the hotel school or like the hospitality school?
No, I was a bachelor's in science. I didn't do the hotel school or anything like that. I also did some classes at TC3 at Community College as well. And I'm a teacher's aide for special education. The COVID thing happened. I wasn't getting paid much, so I transferred to Insomnia Cookies, and I'm just a manager there until this new normal, I guess, comes together. Then I can begin to utilize my degree again.
I'm going to order you release PTR. That means that there's no monetary bond. Okay?
Any con-
Oh, hold on. Wait. Come back. Hold on. Oh, I'm not done talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just.
No, I know. She was writing on you, so I was waiting
Oh, I'm sorry. Once
for her to
again, I'm
finish.
familiar with all this. This is not my
It's-
life, my parents.
It's okay. So I'm going to order you release PTR. I'm going to allow you to go back to Ithaca, so I'm going to allow you to travel out of state. Because of the charges, I'm going to say no guns, firearms, or other weapons. And this happened downtown?
Yeah, I got, cause I'm unfamiliar with the area.
Yeah, it's downtown at like 2 a.m. I'm going to order no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled
I have
substance.
seizures, I can't drink.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Now you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Keaton Walton? Is it first time through, so we'll reset for tomorrow? All right, thank you. All right, Angel Wheaton? All right, what's your date of birth, ma'am?
It's 2499.
All right. Ms. Wheaton, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on grand theft of a motor vehicle, third degree. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim and no contact with the co-defendant, Jared Clark. That's it. Thank you, ma'am. Do you live in Lexington? Wait, bring her back 1 second. Sorry. Where do you live?
I live in North Carolina now. It was my mom's car. She gave me permission.
No, just want to know where you live.
I'm sorry. I live in Lexington, North Carolina now.
Okay. I'll,
But if I
I'm gonna do, what did I set that at, 2,000?
yes, sir.
I'm gonna allow you to go back to Lexington, or to North Carolina, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. Joseph Ward? That was it, thank you. I just wanted to see where you live.
Yep.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth
8/27/85.
All right, Mr. Ward, you're here on failure to appear on 2 counts of failure to appear. The judge has set your bond at $500 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. All right, so that's how it'll be, okay? All right, do we have Robert Wilson? All right, afternoon, sir. What's your name and your date of birth?
I'm hard of hearing. Can you speak a little louder?
Sure. What's your name and date of birth?
Robert Eugene Wilson, and I was born June the 19th, 1949.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, I'm going to appoint the young lady standing next to you in her office to be your attorneys on this case.
The what episode, sir?
The woman standing next to you, she's going to be your lawyer on this case.
Okay.
Okay? Keep your mask on, please. Do you need headphones? Would that help you hear us better?
Oh, yeah, sure will.
I'm gonna write everything.
Pardon me?
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
Write it down for you.
Keep that mask pulled over your nose, please. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I said is I'm going to appoint the young lady standing next to you in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on a failure to appear in court. The judge, in that case, set your bond at $2,000. Okay, and that's how it'll remain, okay, sir? Thank you.
The bond is $2,000 for me, and I haven't even,
Don't speak on any facts.
You didn't show up for court,
It was set
allegedly.
by another judge, so we can't change it.
thank you. All right, I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
Oh, he has a private attorney? Do you already have an attorney on that case?
Not yet.
Gary?
This is Mr. Williams.
Yeah. Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, it shows Mr. Gary Swartz.
Gary Schwartz?
What to the court?
That's your lawyer on the case, Gary Schwartz. Sir, are you,
There is, sir. I don't know.
I'm going to ask you something, don't be offended by it. Are you under the influence of any prescription drugs or something that may,
No, sir. I've never used drugs.
do you have any medical condition that,
Never used drugs.
okay, okay. So I'm going to just provisionally appoint Ms. Moore in her office for today only, then. All right? So your bond is $2,000. Thank you, sir.
My bond is 2,000.
Right. Jesus Arias and Bardalis? All right.
Take this with you, take this with you.
Okay. Mickinson Donay? Or, sorry, did Marquise Davis bond? What is that?
21007-330.
Bonded.
Bonded?
And then it's right here.
Bonded?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, awesome. All right. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Mickelson Donette, 04/25/1982.
Okay, Mr. Donay, you are here, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you here today. You're here for failing to appear in court. The judge had set your bond at $2,000, so that's where we'll keep it, okay?
That was, can I speak, sir?
Ask your lawyer first.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hezekiah James. My favorite words. Okay. David Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir, what's your name and your date of birth?
7/21/59, David Lawrence.
All right, Mr. Lawrence. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this case. You're here on 2 counts. First one is DUI. Second one is refusing to submit to a DUI test.
I blew into the,
Don't say any facts. I'm going back.
I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $500 for each count. Set $500 each count with pretrial release, so PTR with bonds, $500 each. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or controlled substance without a prescription. And the court will take no action on the existing misdemeanor case. Yes. All right.
Your Honor, for clarification, the only condition was no drugs or alcohol, correct?
Right.
Thank you.
No, no, you're gonna hear that.
Nathaniel McCray. All right. Sir, your name and your date of birth, please.
Nathaniel McCray, 10/23/1983.
All right, Mr. McCray, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you. You're here on 1 count of driving with a suspended or revoked license. I reviewed the affidavit. I find there is probable cause for that charge. I'm going to order no drugs, alcohol. No, I'm going to order no operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And that's it. I'm going to take no action on the existing case. I have Lizette Valdez. Yes. All right. Name and date of birth, please.
Lizette Valdez, 8/16/1978.
Okay. Ms. Valdez, you're here for a DUI with damage to property or person of another. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you. I have reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause for those charges. You're also here on hit and run, leaving a scene of a crash involving damage to property. I've reviewed the affidavit to find that there is probable cause for those charges. On the first case, the DUI case, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. I'm going to order you to have no drugs, alcohol, or other controlled substance without a prescription. I'm going to order random urinalysis to be managed by pretrial release. On the hit and run, I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim. And that's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, it was only RUA on the DUI case, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Cindy Ayala? Sure. It is 21007332.
Bonded, Your Honor.
All right. Stephanie Bruzon? Sure. 7331.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Dunmars? All right. Let's reset that till tomorrow. Are you Mr. Mobley?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on up. All right. Sir, what's your name and your date of birth?
Deshaun Mobley, 07/20/2002.
All right, Mr. Mobley, you're here on an out-of-county warrant out of Seminole County. You're also here for a petty theft case. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore and her office to represent you on these matters. On the out-of-county warrant, the judge set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to stay that, so I'm going to keep it there. And on the petty theft, I reviewed the arrest affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. I'm going to order you release on a $250 bond. I'm going to order you to have no contact with your co-defendant, Ashanti Harris. Order no return to the scene. And that's it. Thank you, sir. Seth Hall bonded, I assume?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Seth Hall bonded? That's 2100-7346.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Jose Quinones?
Yes.
All right, what's your date of birth, sir?
March 15th, 1994.
All right, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint the young lady sitting next to you, Ms. Moore, in her office to represent you. You're here on a charge of resisting an officer without violence. I've reviewed the affidavit. I do find there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to set your bond at $500. That's it. Thank you. Hey, Dennis Walker, what's your date of birth, sir? All right, Mr. Walker, you are here on 2 counts for, well, first things first. Do you have a private attorney, sir? Okay. You don't qualify for the PD, but I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office today to represent you at the hearing today. So that's Ms. Moore in her office. So you are here on a case or 2 counts of trespass on property after warning and then resisting an officer without violence. I found that there is probable cause for those charges. I'm going to set your bond at $500 on the trespass, $100 on the resisting without violence. In order you not return to the scene of where this happened. You have an existing case, 2020 CF 11930 out of Orange County. I'm going to revoke your bond on that case. Thank you, sir. Oh, I'm going to give it a try. Kimberly Wolzinski?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your date of birth, ma'am?
4/12/1978.
All right, Ms. Wolzinski, I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on this matter. You're here on one count of trespassing or failing to leave property upon order by the owner. I'm going to find out there's probable cause on that charge and set your bond at $500. I'm going to order you not return to the scene. That's it. Thank you, ma'am. All right. I have a Brittany Shattuck. What happened to Harry Heriberto Roman Sanabria? I already did that one, right? That's an old.
Can you give me the booking number, Judge?
I think, you know what? He was Spanish language. All right. What's your date of birth, ma'am?
July 30th, 88.
Okay. Ms. Shattuck, you are here for an out-of-county warrant out of... Oh, no, it's an out-of-county warrant.
Yes.
So, the bond, or it's out of Volusia County, sorry. Two out-of-county warrants, actually. Two out-of-county warrants, both out of Volusia County. Judge has set no bond on those cases, so we'll let Volusia County know to come get you. Hold on. You're also, actually, just, it's fine, don't worry.
Will you be taking any action, Judge?
I'm sorry?
Will you be taking any action on her open case?
Yeah, we're revoking.
Revoked?
Yeah. All right. Hi, sir, what's your name?
Douglas Askew,
All right, Mr. Askew, what's your date of birth?
7/13/1974, sir.
Okay, Mr. Askew, you are here on, excuse me, two charges, camping in a prohibited place, I suppose, and then a state misdemeanor. Are these city ordinances? Yeah, these are city ordinances. So two violations of city ordinances, municipal ordinance. I'm going to appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent you on these. I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. I do find that there is probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $250 each count and order you not return to the scene. Thank you, sir.
If it's about the facts of your case, an attorney's going to see you afterwards. If the facts of your case, an attorney's going to see you afterwards. I understand. I understand that.
I'm going to assume this is not Eleanor Johnson.
No, Your Honor, this was previously rolled yesterday. If you do appoint us, we can waive her appearance.
All right, so I'm going to appoint the public defender for Ms. Johnson. Do you waive her appearance?
Yes, I do waive her appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Johnson was charged with trespass on property after warning. Reviewed the affidavit, find that there is probable cause. I'm gonna set her bond at $500. And then I am going to revoke on her other case out of Osceola County. Krishan Love? All right. All right. Sir, what's your date of birth?
January 3rd, 1992.
All right, Mr. Love.
I'm sorry, you revoked our Osceola County case?
Yes. State, I reset this one. I gave 24 hours to supplement the affidavit. I don't have a supplement.
We haven't received a supplement, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
We haven't received a supplement, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so, I can't find probable cause on the domestic violence case. It doesn't say they're in a domestic relationship. It doesn't say she didn't give permission for the touching. So, I'm gonna ROR him.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
I can't RO, I can't give him
Oh,
permission,
that's
so I'm
right.
ROR him.
You're right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Mr. Maliani? Mental health?
Your Honor, it's up to you. We can roll it, or I can waive their appearance.
I'm gonna appoint you. I'm gonna appoint Ms. Moore in her office to represent Mr. Maliani. Ms. Moore?
Your Honor, we're waiving the defense appearance.
I'm gonna find that there's probable cause. He's charged with 2 counts, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, and damage to property. I'm gonna set bond on count 1 at $2,500, on count 2 at $500, order no contact with the victim, and no return to the scene. Marquise McBurst? Can I appoint you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to appoint you in your office to represent him. He's charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with a weapon. I've reviewed the affidavit. I find that there is probable cause. Let's set his bond at $3,500 and order no contact with the victim, and no guns, weapons, firearms, or ammunition. I have a Janice Johnson. No. Okay.
And then we have one case that we need to switch on. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to do everything again. I've been off the record the whole time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, this one goes over there. Was that a DV case?
No, it was a traffic, so it was 2 traffics, but I only heard it on 1, but there's 2 cases.
I only got it on one, because he said he wasn't putting it on the other one. I think I remember
That was the
one.
RUA. This is a different case, because what you sent him has on both.
Is that the one where it's
A
one
DUI
count
and a
was
refusal.
DUI and the other one was leaving a scene?
Yeah.
Okay, I only did RUA on the first, on the DUI. I didn't do it on the leaving the scene. Is that the question?
No, give me 1 second. Let me pull it back up.
You did RUA. He didn't do free trial.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I said a bond and then said, but RUA is monitored by PT.
Inmate Lawrence, it was a DUI and a refusal. You took no action on his out on bond. It was a 500, and I heard you put PTR on the refusal. You want?
Let me find it, because I think I had something different. Give me 1 second.
I don't think I did.
He didn't order free trial release. He just did
I think
RUA.
RUA monitored by PT.
Yeah, through free trial release.
Different case. I'm positive.
Did I send it to you?
Yeah.
Let's just go off the record while we're.
Okay, I'm good with